Ty and Lisa, you know, bits are so important. Every barrel racer wants to know more about bits. And
they are. Bits are a tool of the trade, and having an understanding of bits is what's important. A lot of people will see a bit, they'll buy it, they maybe don't understand the function of it before they put it on their horse. And we're going to compile some videos, and when you go to our Western store, on each bit you can click on there and it's going to be a little instructional video explaining what that bit is good for. And I think that's important in the knowledge of bits. We're trying to provide knowledge. That way people can make a sound decision when they're knowing what they're putting on their horse.
And you know, I've been lucky to get to go to the National Finals Rodeo for 4 different decades, and I use several different bits, but they all work. And
right.
Lisa, it's about what works and what doesn't work, right?
That's right, and what works for you and the particular horse that you're riding. Every horse is different.
It is, and the bit not only has to fit the horse, but it's got to fit your style of riding, fit your hands, and what you might put on a 75-pound girl versus an adult. It may be 2 different bits, even though it might be the same horse. And so being savvy about that is important, and always keeping that in mind.
And a free-running horse and a pushing horse, entirely 2 different bits probably.
Exactly, exactly. You want something loose and not binding on a free-running, a steady horse, and a free-running horse you might need a little more rate.
Well, and I always try to take the approach of keeping it as light as possible, but I do want control. And on kids, I think it's important to have enough bit on them and keep their hands light, and as they get older and get stronger, you can always lighten that bit up, but getting the bit that's appropriate for that horse is important. And you know, you don't want to just start off with the most aggressive bit. I'd rather start with less and get that, make sure I have control. If I do, then I don't need more bit, and finding out what works for that horse is good.
Yeah, there's a lot of different bits out there, and Ty, you're going to show the bits that really work for us.
We're going to break it down, and so go to the Josie Western Store webpage, and on each click on to that bit, and it'll give you a video and some information about that bit.
And also in my book, it shows how to use certain bits.
Yeah, there's a full chapter in the book on bits, and that kind of explains the difference between a bending bit and a rating bit, or a bit that has more lift, and there's so many variations, little minute changes. You know, people will say, they'll come and say, hey, I got the combination bit. Well, it's a combination bit, all right, but it's not our combination bit. There's subtle changes when these bits are duplicated that make all the difference in the world. So you want to make sure you're getting one that fits your horse and
that's made good.
That's made good, because some of them they may look the part, but they don't work the part.
And you know, a lot of people come to our clinic just to find out what bit goes on their particular horse.
It's by far the most asked question at a clinic: do I have the right bit on my horse? And anytime we do a bit demonstration, that's where a lot of the questions are directed.
Well, the communication between that horse and you is in between, and that's the bit.
That's exactly right.